Welcome to the Python beginner tutorial where we're using Python and we're using PYTH. We are inspecting this 24-line program. The 24-line program produces a row of a character that's saved from the local disk and also a set of 10 images that's pulled over from the internet. The focus is on data structures. The first question was how to explain this function visually. Start here. The function is called createImage, and it's called createImage right here. This is the entry point. You call it here in the body of your program. The body of your program is called defMain. This is a function that is called, it jumps from here to here. Let's enter the function. So you call it from your main program, createImage, this is the name of it, and there's an input, which is the seed, and the seed is an integer. So this is the input right here to the function. It's called a parameter. The type is integer. Right, so you called it, you have the input, and there's a set of operations that take place. We're going to build a URL string using a F string. So within the body of the function, here we are creating this URL to get the image. So it uses the input to the function and it builds this string here. The next step is that after it builds the string, it downloads the image from the network, and we're using a service called pixum.photos. So it connects to the URL, it gets the image, and it's going to store it in memory. Then it passes this image into this other function here, which is the flet image. So it creates a flet image object. And finally, the function will return the flet image. So at this point, you have the flet image. It returns it, and it passes it back down to the main program, where the main program then stores the flet image here in the variable. So the next question we had was in this for loop, and we're using a variable called underscore. This underscore doesn't really have that special meaning. By convention, when you name a variable underscore here, it just means that the underscore is usually not used in the loop. So let's compare it to this one down here. So this for seed is the name of the variable, and it's the same as calling it underscore. But we're going to use seed here. So for seed in range 5, it goes back to here, and we use it within this function. If it's underscore, we don't pass it back. You could use any variable name here, but the underscore, by convention, you see it and you realize you're not going to pass it back. That's what the underscore is. The last question we received was to explain in more detail with this list comprehension. There is a for loop on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side is a function. The name of the function is createQuery, and that is run 5 times. So we first run the list comprehension. It's going to loop over the range from 0 to 4 5 times. These numbers here represent the iteration through the loop number. It starts at 0 and it goes to 4. So everything that is less than 5 and incremented by 1 each time. First time through the loop, it calls the createQuery, and it returns an image. It appends the result to a list. It repeats this for an additional 4 times, and each time it appends it, which means it puts it to the end of the list. At the end of the looping, the queries, which is the name of the list, now contains 5 image objects.